Well, welcome to another episode of Coronacation. I'm Naomi White in Brisbane, Australia, and I am delighted to be joined by Manny Goel in Mumbai, India. How are you, Manny?
Hi, Naomi. I'm well, thank you. I'm in a state of complete lockdown, but still keeping well.
Excellent. Thanks so much for joining me. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
well, I'm a spiritual healer. I serve as a spiritual life coach as well, where I conduct workshops through an institute that I set up, like Money Healing Institute. I'm
Mhm.
also an author and an artist. And just to give you a little bit more of my background, personally, of course, I'm single, but career wise career wise, I've had kind of an eclectic background. So I've served as a flight attendant with Cathay Pacific Airways for almost for 15 odd years. And sorry, no, that was 17 years. And I've been a filmmaker, producer, had my own boutique production house in Hong Kong where we did documentaries, a lot of corporate filmmaking. I've also had some small gigs, like as a well-known aviation analyst, aviation analyst with Cathay Pacific. So yeah, it's been kind of a journey.
You've had lots of careers.
Yeah, lots of careers when I look back. And I guess, so it's like I had to come back to the spiritual side of the spectrum after experiencing everything.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, and I've also been kind of a presenter on television. So I've had a brief stint as a presenter, as a model. So it's been yeah, a lot
I
of
love the
careers.
diversity of your career.
Yeah.
Manny, tell us how COVID-19 is affecting you.
Um, I think as now, of course, I'm able to maintain that balance and equilibrium. But initially, of course, like most of us, it was creating a lot of anxiety. It was stressful. It was like, okay, I was supposed to travel, since January or December. I've been meaning to travel for my workshops and events. And so my travel has been stopped. I was supposed to go back to Hong Kong, and I'm in a state of complete lockdown because Mumbai in India, we have been, India as a country has been in lockdown for almost a month and a half. So we have no house helps coming in, practically speaking. We can't even have cleaners come in. So we have to do all the basic chores ourselves. So I'm really getting used to taking care of my garden, mopping the floors, dusting, and also I think it's time for all of us to also start going within. So there's so much peace and quiet. There's no rush. Of course, you have to take care of your surroundings to keep them good and healthy, but there's so much time to yourself. You really start looking at things from a very different perspective and start doing things that you always wanted to do. So now I think COVID-19 has encouraged me to start working on my second and third book projects. So yeah, I'm doing that as well.
And you're an artist as well, so have you been doing more painting?
Yeah, I'm an artist, but the problem is, Naomi, since we're in lockdown, my studio in Mumbai is a little bit far, so I don't have that much access to it. And if I go there, then I'll get stuck there. So
Okay.
right now, because of the lockdown, and actually this was the time that was scheduled for painting and putting them online for people who may want to buy them and also prepare for an exhibit. I have to, yeah, I have to probably postpone it for a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. But you're obviously coping well with lockdown. You're looking quite relaxed.
Yeah, I think it's also part of my spiritual background. Initially it was not easy, I have to mention that, because I live by myself here. Of course, I have family like my brothers and my uncles and aunts living close by, but you can't really go and meet them. And if you do, you have to kind of make sure it's the correct time. And because the security personnel outside, they ask you for it, like where you heading out, is it only for essential services and all that. And but I think my meditation practice and the spiritual practice that I had, that helped me come back to a state of equilibrium and being able to deal with the situation. And I think all of us have to do that at some point and find a way to kind of start finding to nurture ourselves and also strengthen our mental and emotional health through whatever practice. It could
Mm,
be, some people may do it through nature walks, through by
mm,
being in the sun, by just saying positive affirmations to yourself, or spending more time with your kids,
mm,
being creative, like how you are being creative, doing something that you love, cooking. A lot of people are finding solace in cooking these days. So we all find ways to balance. I, as a spiritual healer, I meditate, and my practice increased during this time, because I think I also had a responsibility towards people who were asking me what's going on and all that, to put myself in a state of equilibrium and strength within, so that I'm able to reach out to more people,
mm,
which
mm.
I'm doing at the moment. Yeah.
Yes, I've seen you a lot on social media. You do a lot of Facebook Lives, I think, don't you?
Yeah, I started that. Kind of, I felt that I should do like a 21-day series, because it said it takes 21 days to break a habit or to install a new habit, right? So I
Okay.
just thought, oh, I should do like a 21-day series of brief Facebook Lives, not that long, just, to do some healings, guide people through meditation, through some processes, simple ones, nothing very elaborate or complex. It could be just simple affirmations that we can say to ourselves in the morning, so that we don't wake up feeling panicky, anxious, stressful about the future and about what's happening. A lot of people nowadays, of course, other than the virus panic and anxiety, there's now people are coming into the state of stress about the incomes, about the finances, and how they're going to pay their bills for the next month. And these situations are real. I mean, they can be quite traumatic for certain people. So, so this is just a small effort on my part to be able to be of support during this time to whoever is there. It's not like a branding exercise. It's not that I'm promoting it aggressively anywhere. It's
Mm.
just being there, being authentic, and show up
Yeah,
the way I am, and just see whoever is able to benefit from it.
and the right people will find you.
Yeah, yeah. And then, yes, and then we've also commenced, like through my company, which is called Money Healing Wellness Institute. We've
Mhm.
also commenced a practice with my students and some of the teachers who teach through my institute, like a group healing for the it's spiritual healing. In simple language, it can translate as sending positive vibes and positive energy to the entire humanity, to the to our planet Earth. And we started that process yesterday. It was supposed to be like a one-off event for 15-20 minutes, half an hour, but everyone was so into it and they just loved doing it so much. So they got back to me that we want to continue this for another week. So now this is going to be for another week. So we, as from Money Healing Institute, all our students and graduates and some of our teachers, including myself, we are doing a group collective global healing every evening for 15-20 minutes, just to kind of hope, like these are just energetic things, but I hope they will make a difference to what's we are experiencing on the whole.
Yeah, well, we actually need it. Um,
Yeah,
so what?
and yeah, meditations and spiritual practices, they do switch the energies, so hopefully,
Yeah. So
yeah.
what advice have you got for other women around the world right about now that might help?
For women around the world, I think I really feel, in my capacity as a spiritual healer, may I share something? Right now, if you really look at it, the process, the whole machinery, the mechanisms, I also wrote about it on one of my posts on Facebook. It's kind of come to a standstill. The aggression, the competition, that really drives the world, and especially the Western world, and also in India. And that is very masculine way of living. We are globally, we live in a patriarchal society, and now that we are stepping back, the earth is kind of flourishing because we are not there, right, to pollute it. The roads are cleaner, skies are better, and all that. And that's very feminine. So I think I really feel that this is the time for women to kind of be the nurturers and come into their own at this particular time. in whatever way. So for example, your spouses are at home and they may be worried and anxious, and I think it's the women of the household who will come on as the strong backbones, providing that emotional support, that moral support to their partners, to the parents, to the brothers, or whoever it is, and also I think energetically, yeah, this is the time for the divine feminine, if I may say so, to rise, the shakti or the power to come to the fore, from the spiritual perspective. And I think just like a regular person, I would say, I think it's very important for us as well, while we're taking care of our households, while we're trying to make sure everything is spick and span and everyone is being well fed, our families are taken care of, our pets are taken care of, our gardens are, we are tending to our gardens, our plants. I think it's also important to nurture ourselves. I mean, you look beautiful, and I also sometimes take time out when I get really tired to just kind of do nothing and then sleep it out and give myself a hot oil massage or do something, just which is really nurturing for myself. And I think we should not lose that focus on our own well-being at this particular time, and especially at this time, because we can't afford to weaken our systems, whether at the spiritual level, emotional level, physical level, mental level, So
That's
I
right.
think just take care of yourself and be that pillar of strength for your families and for the society. And I think it's really time for the feminine to rise. Look at New Zealand, the prime minister, I think she's really topped the list of all the political leaders, imagine, and hats off, she's like my role model.
She's demonstrating
So,
a lot of humanity, isn't she?
sorry?
She's demonstrating a lot of humanity.
Yeah, and the compassion, and I
Mm.
think it comes naturally to women, the compassion, the nurturing, because we are the mothers, we are caregivers, we are the birthers.
Mm,
You know
mm.
what I mean? And earth is a feminine,
Yeah,
planet earth is a feminine,
yeah.
and now it's time to nurture it. Now it's time for us to be more compassionate towards each other. I really feel after this pandemic gets over and it's released, as a spiritual healer, I got an intuitive guidance that it may take until September, October for it to be completely released from the face of the earth. I
Okay.
think we will be transformed. Most people, including some leaders who are not acting with wisdom, I think no one will be left untransformed in whatever way.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we all will come out very transformed from this uh, crisis that we're all facing at the global level. And of course, at individual level, in terms of our careers, our businesses,
It's
our
inevitable to be
well-being.
changed as a result, isn't it?
Sorry?
It's inevitable that we're all going to be changed as a result in some way.
Yeah, it's inevitable. I mean, it's the magnanimity of the event as such. We've never experienced anything like this.
Mm.
I think in our lifetimes, even our parents never witnessed anything like this.
No, it's unique.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's very unique. No one is untouched, and it's very like it's teaching us that we are all one. It
mm,
doesn't. It's irrespective of the religion, irrespective of the nationality, irrespective of our social stature. So it's affected the top leaders. It's affected royals as much as it's affecting the poor people in my country. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
it's like very irreverent, and it's
yeah,
teaching us that.
yes,
And I think it's time for us to learn some lessons, and we'll only come out wiser if we learn those lessons on the whole, I feel.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
also treat our planet with a lot of respect. I think that's one of the lessons that we really have to learn.
Yeah, we sure do. Well, Manny, that's been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for your time. It's been great connecting with you again after all these years.
Yeah,
And
Naomi, it's
I look
wonderful
forward to
connecting with you. Thank you so much for thinking of me.
no problem. Bye.
Bye.